And it is officially 2016, so welcome back to the Beauty Breakdown. Today I am going to be doing a first impressions for you guys. I know this is a product a lot of you guys have been requesting I check out, so I received my Pinkbird Ambassador box for this past month, and what I received in it were these goodies here, which I will show you, and we will jump into the review. What I received in my Pinkbird Ambassador box for this month were these products. They are the Play 101 stick products. So I have these, I have this one, as well as a couple samples that they always throw in these boxes, and the brush that you use to blend out these. So let's go over the ones that I have in particular, the shades and the shade ranges. Now these are supposed to be a stick foundation type of product. They're supposed to be easy to blend, easy to use, and have a very creamy texture. And since they're in stick format, they're travel friendly and good for those of you guys who might be on the go a little bit more. Now there are 4 different shades in the Play 101 stick foundation line. I have shade 03, there is shades 01 through 04, and mine is in 03 Beige. There is 1 highlighter stick which I do not have, 4 blushers which I have the shade in number 13, and there is a contour / bronzer stick which is in shade 11. There's only 1 of these, and this is it. Now I have nothing on my skin, no primer. I'm not going to use any powder or concealer because I want to see obviously how this wears on its own and how it wears throughout the day. So just opening it up, looks like this. So it applies pretty smoothly, just kind of swipes onto my skin. I'm not really sure how much of this I should be using, so we'll just go with that much. It is super easy to blend. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is no scent to this foundation as well, so I'm gonna need a little bit more for my chin. I do have a kind of a residual mark here from a pimple I had this past week. It's not active or anything, it just left a little mark on my skin. That is 1 layer of the foundation. It's definitely not a super high coverage foundation. I can still see this little mark on my chin. I have a mark on my cheek here that I can see. There's still redness that's kind of peeping out around my nose, and my dark circles are still very vivid. So, but I can say that this is pretty natural looking, like super natural looking, which I love. It's not super sticky or tacky, and luckily I think it'll be okay without a powder setting it, so we can really see how this works. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and apply a 2nd layer of the foundation just to see how high I can build this coverage up and see if I can cover some of these marks on my skin and just get a more flawless finish. Hey, Lucky. I'm filming. Hey, excuse me. Did you want to try this foundation too? Can I put the foundation on you? Oh, little baby. Why are you such a baby, huh? Okay, you have to go down to film. I can say the coverage is fairly buildable, but it's definitely, you can't build it to high coverage. I think it would just get a little too cakey, move around a little bit too much, because I can still see this little spot here on my chin, little spot here, and underneath my eyes. I can still see the dark circles, but it's not a big deal, so I am just going to give you guys a close-up of the foundation. So here we are in natural sunlight. You can still kind of see this mark here, and maybe this one if you look closely. So let's move on to these 2. This is the bronzer and this is the blush in shade number 13. A little tad orangey, honestly, but maybe once I blend it out, it'll look a little bit more natural. I love blending the cream contour onto cream foundation because I just feel like it's so much easier and looks so much more natural. So since we are kind of like doing our bronzer right now, I'm gonna also use this contour duo stick. I have to admit, I have tried this because I couldn't help myself, and I freaking love this. Like, this brown is the perfect brown that makes an awesome contour. It doesn't look super unnatural, so how I've just been using this is I just kind of run this along the sides of my nose and kind of around like that. How does my nose look? And then I just use the white side to run down the center of my nose. And then last but not least, let's try out this blush. So just gonna do what I have been doing and run it on my cheeks. So this is what it looks like. You can see my face looks very dimensional. It has a nice contour going. I like how natural everything looks. It's just kind of a very easy, natural way to add some definition to your face and kind of change your bone structure a little bit. So let's show you guys what this looks like in natural. So this is natural sunlight. You can see my face has a very natural finish to it. It's nowhere near matte. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. But to me, I kind of like that because it makes it look a little bit more natural. Okay, so this is my midday check-in, so my second check-in of the day, and I've had this foundation on for about 4 hours now. So I'm going to look at it and tell you guys how I think it's wearing and how it looks. So it looks like it's fairly there. The wear of it is really natural. I can still see my contour and my blush, so that tells me that there's a decent amount of the makeup on, but it really is pretty light coverage. I can still see my dark under eye circles pretty badly. Around my nose, I can still see a lot of the redness, and this little mark here is pretty much not covered. I do really, really like the finish of this foundation. It's amazing. I love how well the contour and the blush was blend together, but one thing I'd say about the blush is that the blush on my skin tone is a little too light. I really do like the color and the shade of it, but it's pretty much too light for my skin tone. But let's go ahead and show you in natural sunlight what this looks like, and then I will probably check in with you guys in a couple more hours. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the natural sunlight. It's about midday, so it's not super sunny right now, but you can still kind of see the foundation on my skin. So I'll zoom in so you can get a better idea of how this foundation is wearing and see for yourself how it looks. So I have had this foundation on my skin for about 8 hours now, and I have mixed emotions about this, to be completely honest. Now, I feel like a lot of the foundation is pretty much gone from my skin. Like I had mentioned a couple hours ago, I could see this pimple coming through and this mark here around my nose and under my eyes. It's just, it didn't cover that. It's not a full coverage foundation, and even when it's buildable, it's still a light medium coverage at best. It doesn't feel like a long-lasting foundation, and that might be a little different if I have a primer underneath or set it with powder or anything like that. So the one thing that I do really like about this foundation is that it does offer 4 shades, which is pretty good considering it is a Korean foundation, and the shade number 3 fit my skin pretty well, so I was pretty happy with that. And they're very yellow based. Etude House does a really good job of making yellow based type of foundation, so they match my skin very well, and they'll match kind of like olivey/Asian undertones pretty well as well. I love the finish of it. It was amazing, just looked like my skin, and I loved how blendable all the cream products were together. Anyways, I'm just really excited though that Etude House is venturing into this new avenue. I love that they have different cream blushes and things like that, so I'll probably kind of venture out into that and try a couple different colors out and see if they work better on my skin tone. But other than that, I I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I finally tracked down this cushion, which was ridiculously hard for me to find. I don't know why, but it is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi cushion, which I will be reviewing soon for you guys, so definitely subscribe and keep a lookout for that. And as always, I hope you're happy and healthy for the new year. I hope you guys have a bunch of new resolutions and you're setting a lot of different aspirations for your year ahead, and I wish you all the best. Hope you all had a happy holiday, and as always, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!